Saglit lang, Eric. Say hi! I'm going to disturb Ate for a while. I'm leaving. Okay, I'm pausing for the thumbnail, okay? Okay na yun. Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. This is Leona and today we are going to talk about the books that transformed my life in the past 2 years. Okay, first and foremost, if you're here right now watching this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. I started diving into the world of books 2 years ago when COVID started. I was on a lockdown for 2.5 months and parang nagawa ko na lahat ng pwedeng gawin ko sa apartment ko by that time. So, nung lumabas ako at nag-hoarding ng mga groceries, I dropped by at the bookstore and then I picked up the very first book that I've read, which is Rick Warren's The Purpose-Driven Life. Basically, this book is a book about knowing your purpose here on earth. It's biblical, it's based on God, and it's a 40-day journey. Each day you need to only just read one chapter and just continue doing it for 40 days. It really is a big help for me. It helped me to be grateful first and foremost, which is yun yung kailangan ko talaga nung time na naka-lockdown ako kasi I was anxious about life. Feeling ko at that time mamamatay na ako, ano mangyayari sa mundo, and admit it, yes, we all are scared during that time. So this book really helped me a lot. It reminded me on how blessed I am already, and the secret to living a happy life is just to be grateful. And it helped me to understand people more. It helped me to love what I'm doing, even though sabi nila you need to do what you love, so that you'll never have to work a day in your life. But honestly, not all of us are gifted to do what we love, so let's just love what we do. And it works. It's working for me. And there are tons of other things that you will learn in this book. I would recommend for you to read it if you feel lost or you just don't know what's going on. This book will help you find something. I started reading my first book around May, I think, May 2020, and then it took me time to finish it. And then the second book that I read, this started at October 2020, and then yun, nagtuloy-tuloy na siya hanggang the following year. So the second book that I read, the story behind this actually is that, alam mo, I already found my purpose after reading my first book, and I feel like I have an amazing life. I was so happy and so motivated, and I love what I do. Now, I decided to learn about money, and I was like, what am I going to do with my finances? Like, I cannot just be happy and then I suck at handling my finances. So I decided to dive into the finance world, and I started reading financial book. And this is the second book that I read actually. This is The Turtle Always Win by Bo Sanchez. This is technically a book about stock market, about mutual funds to be specific. It emphasizes about how being slow and consistent always wins, and it is also applicable towards money. It works in the aspects of money too, like consistent saving, even though konti-konti lang every month, basta lagi mo siyang, or lagi kang nagsisave every month. As time goes by, couple of years, 5 years to 10 years, magugulat ka na lang, ang dami mo ng pera. Third book that I read, this is probably the best book that I read, and sabi nila, if there's one book na gusto mong basahin ng paulit-ulit for the first time, this would be it. Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's also a finance book by Robert Kiyosaki. This is obviously a book about money, but it doesn't technically talk about money directly. It talked about how you think about money. So it's about psychology and philosophy about money. And it is the best way to start for you to change how you see money. Honestly, a lot of people see money as like, if you want money, if you want to be rich, you're like greedy and you're just chasing after earthly things na hindi naman talaga ganun ka-importante kasi when we die nga, hindi naman natin madadala yung kayamanan natin. Pero, if you read this book, everything will change in how you see money. It helped me actually to handle my finances well, and it helped me, it helped me to change the way I think and see money. And it encouraged me to create an investment account, mutual funds, buy stocks, crypto, trade, yon. And iba-iba yung epekto ng book na to eh. Sa akin, yun nga, I dive into the world of stock market. Others, they dive into the world of business. You should probably read this book if hindi mo alam paano i-handle yung kaperahan mo. Yung kung ano-ano nang binibili mo, wala namang kwentang bagay, yung feeling mo nawawala yung pera mo at hindi mo alam kung saan na napupunta. Yeah, I think you should read this. Rich Dad Poor Dad has I have like 3 of them. This is the first one, and then the second one was Cash Flow Quadrant. This talks about how you are going to handle your cash flow, that you should buy assets more and not liabilities, the definition of assets and liabilities, and the differentiation between the two. And the next one is Guide to Investing. This one actually talks about a system on how you can handle or manage a business properly. Basta, these 3 are a perfect combination if you first wanted to learn about personal finance and apply it to your own finances. Second, if you want to dive deeper into investing. Third, if you wanted to be a business owner talaga and be wealthy. Next book that I read was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I think it's Carnegie or Carnegie. Basta yon. The reason I picked up this book ay dahil sa TikTok. And then I tried picking it up. This book is about how to win friends. How to win friends and influence people. How to get people like you. How to deal with people properly. How to make people do what you want them to do. And how to pacify them, how to calm them down, how to make them feel better and comfortable towards you, how to be a magnetic person. This is the book for you. It helped me actually on how I deal with people on a daily basis, professionally. How I deal with my friends, how I deal with my clients, because before I was working in a car insurance company and every single day we just have a lot of complaints with regards to their car insurance claim, and it's a very serious thing, so you need to handle it with professionalism, and it works. I apply the tips and tricks here to my clients, to my insured, and it works. I think you should read this book if you want to learn more on how to deal with people and then to understand where they are coming from and why they are acting the way they do. This book technically helped me to be way more empathetic and be sensitive and be aware of everything that came out to my mouth, my words, my actions, and my thoughts. Next book that I read, this is one of my favorite as well, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a classic one. It's not just about money. It's literally a book about achieving everything that you desire in your life, or what is the single thing that you really want most in your life. This book will give you motivation. It will light that fire in your heart to do and follow and chase whatever it is that you want with your life. Either it's money, a person, love, relationship, business, whatever it is. You can read this book if you wanted to, get some motivation, get the motivation in order for you to do things, to get things done, to follow and achieve your dreams and goals. If you're not getting the motivation that you need from the people around you, then I think this book will help you. Next is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. This is about a very successful, highly paid billionaire lawyer who has everything, all the fame, the money, the material possessions, the big house, the nice cars, and all the expensive clothes in the world, literally everything. And one day while he was in a trial, he got a heart attack, and when he was in the hospital, doctor told him that either you quit your job kasi sobrang stress and pagod na yung katawan mo, or if you will not quit your job, if you will not take a break, you'll die. So yeah, he didn't quit his job. That heart attack for him was like a turning point in his life. It awakens him. It flipped the switch in his life to see life in the bigger picture. He sold everything he has, his Ferrari, his house. He quit his job and he moved to India for a soulful and spiritual journey, and he became a monk. And he came back to the US, or in the Western countries, wherever this guy is from. He came back to the country where he came from with a new identity, a new belief in life, and a meaningful life. This is one of the this is one of the reasons why I moved back here in our province, in our beautiful tiny little town, and to explore life in a deeper way, in a meaningful way, and to really live life with meaning and purpose and intention. Okay, so let's proceed to the next book that I read, which is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, basta he's Latino. And I read this book while I was here already in the province. And it says, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. This is a book about the shepherd who has tons of sheep, a shepherd. He once dreamt about a treasure, and the treasure is located somewhere like way far away from where he is currently at, and he needs to travel very far, across a lot of mountains and seas and oceans and everything for him to reach that treasure, for him to find that treasure. He sacrificed a lot. He gave up his sheep, he left his town, and it was a journey full of wonders and learnings and trials and obstacles. It's like him against the world. But no matter what, he believed in his dream and he pursued it. He went on a journey, he went on an adventure, an unknown adventure, which is, there's no certainty if that treasure really exists, but he believed in it. He took the risk, he was being brave, and he believed in his dreams, and he went for it, he pursued it. And may twist ito sa ending niya, but hindi ko na sasabihin ka. It's for you to find out. But overall, the lesson that this book taught me is that when you have a dream, even if it's you against the world, even if it seems so impossible, so long as you believed in it and you believe in yourself and you have faith about it, just go for it. What could go wrong? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Maybe you'll die, maybe, but at least, you know, you will die trying. You'll die doing things that you like instead of being safe and having regret in the first place. I think you should read this book if you have a dream, goal, or aspiration in life and no one really believed in you except yourself. Because you believing in yourself is enough. You don't need tons of people to believe in you in whatever it is that you're pursuing or you're starting up. If you believe in yourself, that's already enough. Next book we have, or I have, is Ikigai. It's a Japanese term for purpose. It doesn't really have a specific English translation, the word Ikigai, but overall it means purpose. Your Ikigai, your purpose. In order for you to find your Ikigai, you need to know what you are good at, what you love, what the world needs, and what can you be paid for. And of course, we need money to survive. And yeah, it basically means finding your passion and pursuing it to have a happy and long life, no matter what it is. Either that's achieving an American dream, or living in fame, in money, in material possessions, and in luxury, if that's what you really want. Or it could be just living in a countryside with the people you love, with your favorite pets, and having a garden and trees and farms. It helped me actually to romanticize more of my life here in the province. It helped me to realize how beautiful this world is, and this place where I'm at, and that I don't have, or I don't need to go anywhere, because everything that I've been looking for is within here, and I am perfectly born in a perfect place in a perfect country, in the right country. There's no perfect, but in the right place, in the right country, in the right neighborhood, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think I am where I belong. I realized that upon reading this book. And I think you should read this book if you're aiming to find your purpose. And it has some health tips too on how to stay young and vibrant and avoid stress and how to deal with the daily things that life has to offer. All the obstacles and trials and all the happiness and sadness too. And it also has some therapy on how to deal with existential crisis, if that's how you say it. But yeah, it is a good book. This is the next one that I've read. This is probably one of my favorite book as well. Yeah, if someone would ask me what's your favorite book, this is my answer. The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel. This is basically a book about the law of the universe, the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of what else? The law of love, casting the burden, the law of karma and forgiveness, the law of the universe. So technically, how you deal with life, with the things that you want, with your problems, with your desires. And it helped me to believe and just trust and have faith and to not worry, to just let go, because what I want also wants me. And I just need to put myself in there. I just need to align myself in order to attract the things that I want. Law of attraction, law of the universe. This is the book for you. Some of the people who knows me really well would think na super matured ko na mag-isip. I have one friend actually na sinabihan ako, I think like a 30-year-old woman, even though I'm just 24. And probably one of the reasons is that I just read too much sometimes. I'm just really eager to learn and I read everything. I'm always excited to listen to people's story. Fun fact, I would forget the name of a person, but I will never forget your story. Call me Marites, hindi ko naman siya ipagsasabi. I'll just keep it to myself. But yeah, I will always remember your story, even though I will not remember your name anymore. COVID has been the turning point of my life wherein I found the courage and the motivation to improve myself and be better and to learn new things each day. Learn as much as I can while I'm alive. COVID was like a flip of a switch that happened to my life that made me realize what matters most about life and what life is really all about. We all have our own definition of life. It might be different for me, it might be different for you, but it's for us to discover and to find out. My definition of life could be different from yours, and that's okay because we have different perceptions. We are living our lives differently, and that's what makes it magical. And then by the time na, you know, that's the most interesting part, when we meet people and we get to learn from each other, we get to learn from each other's perspective and what they think about life too. And that's one of the most interesting part about life. It's to learn and to really live the things that you've learned along the journey. If COVID didn't happen, I probably am still depressed, anxious, broke. I would probably still suck at handling my money and my finances. I would probably be spending my money to a lot of unnecessary things still. But I still do now, but not that much. If COVID didn't happen, I wouldn't have found the meaning of my life. COVID changed the way I see life. It changed the way I see money. It changed the way I spend my money. It changed the way I see every circumstances. It changed me. It transformed me. And maybe because I have the will to do so. Overall, kahit gaano pa kadaming books binabasa mo, kahit gaano pa kadaming tao nami-meet mo, and you're learning from each one of them every single day of your life, kung hindi mo naman siya i-apply sa buhay mo at hindi mo naman i-live yung mga lessons na natututunan mo, wala din. It's all useless. So at the end of the day, lagi kong sinasabi to, but at the end of the day, it's all up to you.